Hi guys, Drew here, bringing you another Walking Dead No Man's Land video. This one's going to be just going through a few things I would like to see changed in the game itself. Not necessarily that they will be, but this is what I would do just to improve things and make things a bit more interesting. They're more quality of life things rather than direct gameplay changing things. So bear that in mind with this. So the first one is team selection. That's going to be the first one to discuss. Now, we go into team selection here on the camp screen. We get presented with this brilliant screen where we can see all our survivors. We can see the ones who are in this team. Go to right, we can see the ones in our outposts. So, brilliant. Now, what makes this screen good is these tabs at the top. So instead of having to scroll all the way left and right to find who I want to find, I can pick by class. I can either just view by my team. I can get the flag is for heroes. I don't know why heroes is represented by a flag, but never mind. And then we've got all those individual classes: assault, scout, warrior, bruiser, hunter, and shooter. Okay, brilliant. Only way to improve that screen, in my opinion, would be rather than having horizontal scrolling, you have vertical scrolling as well, because then you could have 4 on the screen at once. If you get back to the main screen, you could actually have 5 on the screen at once, and you could quickly flick through in 4, 5, 6 rows rather than having to go all the way along like this, because it gets a bit tiresome. And that's the exact problem which I'm going to cover now, because when we actually go on a mission and pressing everything wrong, what's going on? When we actually go on a mission and we want to pick our team, this map screen as well, same issue, horizontal scrolling. The more missions you add, this is going to become a bigger problem. Either nice drop down menu here where you can just quickly press which mission you want to go on to, or vertical scrolling. Be much easier. Went off on a tangent there though. Yeah. Mission screen. So I'm going to do an XP mission. Doesn't really matter. Go to select team. Right. This screen should be exactly the same as the last screen that I showed you, but it's not. It's missing the tabs at the top. So say Corey here, I want to replace him. I have to tap him, and then this is everybody else who's in my roster. Again, there's no tabs at the top there, so if I want to replace him with a warrior, I've got to scroll all the way along to find the warrior. There's my warrior, Simon. I don't actually want Simon though, I want one of my other warriors. So when I get a few kills in a bit, I've got to scroll a bit further across. I don't actually want Tom, I actually want a hero warrior. So I've got to scroll along a bit more. Find my heroes. There's Jesus. So you see what I'm getting at? Why do we have to scroll on here when there's the exact same and better functionality built in already into the game? Why at the tab things at the top of the screen? So if I want a warrior, I can quickly just tap warrior, tap who I want, and within a couple of presses I've replaced the person on my team with one that I want. You have to do that multiple times, it gets pretty tiresome, especially if you get injuries and you need to swap them out on every mission or so. Yeah, it just needs, it's no sense why it's not there. There's no reason at all I can think of why it's just simply not there and not in the game. So, bit of an odd one. That's what I would definitely change. So we're just going to go into this mission and complete it as quickly as possibly can, because this leads on to my next point, which I only thought of last night actually, and it would help on 2 fronts. There's probably going to be some glaring holes in this. Obviously needs some better thinking than I've given it, but as an idea I think it would generally improve the game if it's balanced correctly. So we're just going to, like I say, rattle through this explore mission as fast as we possibly can. Good news is explore missions are supposed to be revamped. It's probably not coming in 2.2. It's probably going to be 3, 4, and maybe even beyond that. But it's a welcome welcome thing that they are going on, because these are extremely repetitive. There's not enough maps to pick from, and annoyingly, it always tends to pick the same bloody maps. There was one occasion when I got about the same map 5 times in a row. As well, in completing this, again, just a quality of life change. What I would do is, again, player choice is always good in games. Give the player more choice of what they are going to play. So explore missions, for example. Give me the option of picking 2, 3 maps. Many maps as you can give me the option to pick. Obviously, don't give me them all, because people will end up picking the same one over and over again. But give me a few to choose from. And then, if the same one does crop up, at least I've got a secondary option to avoid it. Anyway, we've completed it. Very little trouble. We've got our awards. Now, this is the bit I would change. Still keep the same screen, but I would get rid of the tickets. The tickets are honestly, for me, they're so misleading. I mean, a gold ticket, that gold ticket could quite easily contain a silver level reward, and it shouldn't be like that. The gold ticket should have something beyond silver. For example, silvers, in terms of equipment, you get a maximum of rare, which is the green coloured equipment. With gold, you get maximum of legendary, but it can also be epic and it can also be rare, and it is more often than not rare as well. So it's just, it's very, very misleading when people spend gold to unlock extra boxes to get that elusive gold ticket, which is in the final box, and it turns out to be something that's in a silver box. It's just very disappointing. But anyway, that's not the point I wanted to make. My point I wanted to make was this change would not only, I think, give players more choice of what awards they were given, but would also help clear up the cluttered mission select screen as well. What I would do, my change that I'm proposing, or would like to see, is that if we keep the same screen, as I say, but each column is a separate commodity. So the left 3 are column 1, middle column 2, right column 3. Column 1, for example, you could have XP awards in there and supplies in there, so tomatoes, for want of a better word. Column 2 could be fuel, radios, gold. You could even introduce trade goods into there as well as another method of obtaining them. And yeah. And column 3 would be tokens and equipment. You could get hero tokens, you could get normal survivor tokens, you know, your bruiser, your warriors, shooters, etc. And also equipment. I would also make sure that, obviously, because in their current state anyway, these missions are highly, highly repeatable. So one glaring thing I can think of immediately, and I did think of it last night, was if you do put tokens in there, people are going to, you know, repeat these till the cows come home. So you would have to make them extremely nominal amounts to run alongside what we're already getting from other areas of the game. So I mean, I'm talking like as little as 1 token. And you could just say maybe maximum get 3 tokens per mission. If you didn't pull a piece of an equipment or something like that out of the box instead. But yeah, each column basically a separate commodity. And what this would allow you to do is that you can tailor your awards to what actually you want to get. So instead of picking XP mission, supply mission, equipment mission, we can actually determine that by what boxes we pick. So we've got 3 boxes to open. If we wanted just simply XP and supplies, we could just pick all 3 from column 3. If we wanted all chances of radios, fuels, free gold, and what did I say, trade goods, or anything else like that, we could pick all from the middle column. If we wanted to get some tokens towards survivors, we can pick all 3, or we can pick a mixture of what we want. We can mix and match, and all of them would be a chance to get from what currently we have as bronze to gold, don't we? All of them would have a chance to get anything from the full spectrum, to be honest with you. And if you wanted to open a second 3, you do the same as you do now. You watch a video, or you spend 25 gold or another 25 if you want to open all 9 boxes. And I think that would just help in 2 fronts, because again, it would get rid of, I'm just going to pick these now just to get this screen off, but it would help by you tailoring what you actually want to achieve from the mission itself. And it would also clear up this screen here as well, which I'll go back into it, the mission select screen, if it's going to load in very long, like this screen here. I would think this is very, very cluttered, this screen, with these appearing all over the shop, and they appear underneath the end mission sign, and sometimes are unselectable. They appear all over the place, but it would get rid of these basically. If you wanted to go for supplies and XP, you would open boxes from, like I say, column 1. If you wanted equipment, you would open boxes from column 3. And if you want a mixture, you just mix and match as you want to go along, really. Just a thought anyway, just a thought of kind of spice it up. In an ideal world, I'd love it not to be predetermined as it is now, but I think the game is coded that way, and the code's pretty much too deep in the game to change that. I think that would be a fundamental, probably a big massive rewrite, to be honest with you. So we're stuck with that, unfortunately, that the game works on predetermined things, and whilst you it would give you a player choice, where currently there is no choice on that award screen. That award screen, you just basically choose whether to open 3, 6 or 9 boxes. Box 1, regardless of which box you pick, will always contain the same contents. Box 9, regarding which one you open last, will always contain the same contents as it was going to do. So that I would love to see change, but it's not gonna. Anyway, next change and final change, I think, for this video anyway, and it's one that's been requested since the dawn of time, really, and I don't understand why it's not there. Hospitals, unfortunately I've got nobody in the hospital at the moment, but why can't we move people in and out of the hospital, or change the order that they're in, or at the very least change the order of people waiting to go into the hospital? Maybe once they're in there, they've got to stay there until they're healed, but if they're queuing behind, maybe we can switch the order around, or even switch people who are actively getting healed. Just more player friendly, to be honest with you, and I don't see why it would make a hell of a lot of difference, because at the end of the day, we're still having to wait the amount of time to get them healed. It's just that we can move people in and out as we wish. I don't think there's anything. Oh yeah. But I may as well say it. I mean, people have been saying it again since the start of the game. XP tents. Yeah. I don't need to say anything, do I really? I mean, that needs boosting, not just boosting, it needs rocketing to the bloody moon and back. It's that poor at the moment. I mean, it needs boosting to, bear in mind we've only got 2, it needs boosting to probably food levels, to be honest with you. I mean, keep it at 2, fair enough, because if we had 6, like we've got food, we'd be getting XP out of his ears, but yeah, that needs looking at, really. That needs a bit of a boost. I don't think we'll ever see it, to be honest with you, because I think it's a running joke in NG's offices, to be honest with you, because the amount of times it's been asked for, and I don't understand why they couldn't simply change it if they wanted to. Surely it'd be just tinkering with the numbers that calculate it, to be honest with you. But I'm not a coder, so I don't know the ins and outs of it, really. So yeah, anyway, that's my things I would probably like to see changing, just to improve the game slightly, a bit of extra quality of life, throw a bit more extra player choice in there. So I'd like to hear your comments regards to some of the ideas. I say whilst I've thought of these ideas, I'm not saying they're without faults. They're probably glaring faults people will immediately recognise, but it's just really the the basic core idea that I'm talking about. Really, the refinement could come later if any of these get introduced, which they probably won't do because I'm nothing to do with the game. But that's how I think I would like to see, just to improve things a little bit, just to make things a bit more interesting. So thanks for watching, guys. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you on the next video.